Hey guys, Coach Justin here with your at-home workout of the day for Monday, February 8th. Our prep for today, we're going to start with 6 reps on each side of shoulder cars, 5 reps on each side of a hips 90-90 with a lift, and finally 10 reps on each side of a forward and back leg swing. So our shoulder cars, I'll show you from the side here. You're going to make a fist in a neutral position here with your arm, and then raise that arm up as high as you can. Once you get as far as you can, as far back as you can, you're going to rotate that fist outwards and that shoulder downwards, and then continue along that backwards path as you're pinching that shoulder blade towards your spine and continuing to rotate inward with the shoulder until you're down beside your hip. From here, you're coming up, over, and around, and back, and try to resist coming back to that neutral position for as long as you can, and then eventually you get there and bring your arm back down beside your hip. So that's 1 rep, and you're going to perform 3 reps on each side. Next, our hips 90-90 with a lift. So set yourself up on the ground, knees are bent, foot is lined up with the knee, and you're going to flip over to the other side. Try not to put your hands on the ground, but if you need them, you can use them. Flip over, and then you're going to get up tall onto your knees. Again, use your hand if you need it, try not to. Get up tall, open up the hips, come back to seated, hips down, flip over to the other side, get up tall once again, open up, extend through the hips and drive, going back and forth for 5 reps on each side. Finally, our leg swings, so you can grab onto a wall if you'd like. We're going forward and back. Stretch out the hamstring when you kick forward, stretch out the hip, squeeze the butt when you kick backwards. And then try to get higher and higher and higher with each rep, each set. Okay, so forward and back for 10, switch legs, forward and back for 10 on the other side. We're gonna go through those 3 movements for 3 rounds, and that's your prep for today. All right, our strength for today, we're gonna start with 8 reps on each side, maybe more, of a single arm dumbbell Z press, followed by 10 reps or more of a slider hamstring curl, and finally 10 reps of a hollow rock. So our dumbbell Z press, get yourself into a seated position with your legs straight out in front of you, drive those knees into the ground, open up that chest in posture. So that dumbbell starts over top of your shoulder, up nice and tall with the torso. You're gonna press that dumbbell up, bring that arm towards your ear, lock it out, press it out, come on back down, and repeat. Going all the way up and all the way down to your shoulder, and try not to hunch with your posture. Open up as much as you can, straighten out those legs. You're gonna go for 8 reps or more if you've got the strength, and switch sides and do 8 reps or more. Whatever you did on the right side, match that same number of reps on the left side. All right, next we're gonna do a hamstring curl. So if you have a good strength, you can do more than 10 reps here once again. But what you're gonna do is set up with 2 feet on that slider, bridge your hips up off the ground. If you have good strength, your hips are gonna be way up to the sky. If not, try to just keep the hips off the ground. But from here, you're straightening out the legs, pull back in as close as you can with your heels in your butt, and then straighten back out, pull back in. Try to control that tempo rather than explosively pulling back in. Try to pull back in under control. All right, so 10 reps, maybe more. And then finally, our hollow rock. Set yourself up on the ground. Dead bug position to start to make sure your lower back is in contact with the ground. Then curl your chest and face up, extend your toes and fingertips, and then you can raise your legs up to create that rocking motion, but then try to maintain that shape with a light tap of the heels to the ground. And you're going back and forth, counting as 1 rep for 10 reps. All right, so we're gonna go through those 3 movements for 4 sets, and that's your strength for today. All right, our Metcon for today, we've got work rest intervals of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 12 minutes, 12 rounds, or 3 rounds of everything. So our dumbbell push press, starting on the right side on your first interval, dumbbell starts over top of your right shoulder. You're gonna bend at the knees, keep your feet flat on the ground, drive through the knees and hips, and then press out, lock out, using your legs to create that momentum and finishing up with your arm and shoulder. You can wind back into the next rep as you bring the dumbbell down from 1 rep into the next. So 30 seconds there, then you're going to rest for 30 seconds. Next, we're gonna go into 30 seconds of dumbbell hops. So dumbbell starts on the ground. You're gonna start with 2 feet to the left, hop over top, and back. Okay, if hopping, jumping is not awesome for you, you can step over and do those shuffle steps, but make sure to move your arms with your legs if you're doing that. You're gonna do that for 30 seconds, followed by 30 seconds of rest. Next, you're gonna move on to your second arm. Single arm dumbbell push press on the other arm, bend at the knees, drive through the legs, finish with the arm and shoulder. After 30 seconds on the other arm, you're gonna rest for 30 seconds, and finally, we're gonna go into 30 seconds of a dumbbell squat clean. So, dumbbell starts in both hands. You're gonna hinge at the hips, touch the dumbbell to the ground, extend at the knees and hips, shrug that dumbbell up, pull yourself underneath it into a squat, stand it back up, and repeat. Trying to keep your feet flat on the ground as you squat and your chest upright as you get that dumbbell into that goblet position. All right, so 30 seconds of the dumbbell squat cleans followed by 30 seconds of rest, and then back up to the top for 3 total rounds or 12 minutes, and that's your Metcon for today.